Good morning, students. I hope all of you are fine and healthy. In this situation, I request all of you, please take care of yourself. Use hand sanitizer and face masks whenever you go outside. Okay, don't forget. In the last class, we have started exercise 8.2 and we have completed till question number 4. Today, I am going to solve exercise 8.2 again from question number 5. In a parallelogram, ABCD, EF and A and F are the midpoints of sides AB and CD respectively. See, here ABCD is a parallelogram, AB is the midpoint of CD and E is the midpoint of AB. The line segment means so that the line segment AF and EC trisect the diagonal BD. You can see this diagonal BD. Yes. So you need to show that this diagonal BD trisected by the line segment AF and EC. That means we need to prove DP is equal to PQ is equal to QB or BQ. Okay, so we have ABCD is a parallelogram, so all of you know that in a parallelogram opposite sides are equal, so AB is equal to CD. Multiply half on the both side. Now half of AB you can write B and A, but I prefer to write A because we need this one, so I have written A, and this side I have written CF, since E and F are the midpoints of AB and CD respectively. Because E and F are the midpoints, it is given. Again, AB is parallel to CD. Why? Because ABCD is a parallelogram. If AB is parallel, then obviously A is the part of this AB or not. So, and FC is the part of DC, so A is also parallel to FC or CF. That means we got in this quadrilateral A is CF, A is equal to FC and A is parallel to FC. Means one of the pair, opposite pair is parallel and equal. And using theorem we can say that AEF-CF is also a parallelogram. AEF-CF is a parallelogram. Okay? AEF-CF is a parallelogram. If AEF-CF is a parallelogram, then their opposite sides are equal and parallel. Okay. Now in triangle DQC, you can see here in parallelogram DQC, if already we have that, already we have AEF is a parallelogram, so this PF is the part of AF and QC is the part of EC. That means we can say that PF is also parallel to QC. I have written in triangle DQC, PA is parallel to QC. And it is given that AB is the midpoint of CD. This is midpoint and this line is parallel to this line in triangle DQC. So using converse of midpoint theorem, we can write P is the midpoint of DQ. Because we got AB is the midpoint and this one is parallel to this one. So using converse of midpoint theorem, P is the midpoint of DQ. Using converse of midpoint, P is the midpoint of DQ. If P is the midpoint of DQ, then P is the midpoint of DQ means DP is equal to PQ. DP is equal to PQ, one number. Again, in triangle ABP, this one. Here similarly you can see that EC is parallel to A, then EQ is also parallel to AP. And it is given that E is the midpoint of AB. See, this EQ is parallel to AP in this triangle ABP, and E is the midpoint of AB. That means using converse of midpoint theorem, you can say that Q is the midpoint of BP. So I have written AP is parallel to EQ and E is the midpoint of AB. Using converse of midpoint theorem, Q is the midpoint of BP. That means PQ is equal to QB. In number 1 we got DP is equal to PQ, and number 2 we got PQ is equal to QB. That means from 1 and 2 you can say that DP is equal to PQ is equal to QP. So what do we want? We have got here. Hence AF and EC trisect the diagonal BD. I hope all of you understood this. Next. Question number 7. ABC is a triangle, right angle at C, a line through the midpoint of M of hypotenuse AB and parallel to BC, intersect AC at D. First time we need to draw the diagram. From this information, what is given here, that ABC is a right angle triangle at C. See, ABC is right angle triangle I am taking angle C is 90 degree. Now, a line through the midpoint M of hypotenuse AB. That means M is the midpoint of AB because AB is the hypotenuse here. And parallel to BC intersect AC at D. And this, if you draw this line here, see, it will intersect AC at D, and also it is given that DM parallel to CB. First one, so that D is the midpoint of AC. D is the midpoint of AC. So in triangle ABC, we have DM parallel to CB or BC. It is given in the question. And also M is the midpoint of AB. It is also given. See, this one is parallel to this one, and this M is the midpoint. So using convergence theorem, you can say that D is the midpoint of AC. So using convergence midpoint theorem, D is the midpoint of AC. Clear? Second, MD perpendicular to AC. MD perpendicular means you need to show this angle, or this angle is how much? 90 degree. See, already it is given that DM parallel to BC. Okay, then if you see that CD is here transversal, because DM parallel to CB and CD is the transversal, then you can say that if it is 90 degree, then you can say that this is also 90 degree. Why? Because these are corresponding angles. So you can say that angle ADM is equal to angle C. Angle ADM is equal to angle C. Sorry, I have written alternate. This is not wrong. This one is corresponding angles. That's right. Corresponding angles. Clear? So angle ADM is equal to 90 degree. So you can say that MD perpendicular to AC. MD perpendicular to AC. Third one, CM is equal to MA is equal to half of AB. So CM. So first of all, we need to draw CM. Now see, there are two triangles. Triangle ADM and triangle CDM. If you prove this triangular congruent, then you will get this result. See how? In figure, join MC or CM. In triangle ADM and triangle CDM, AD is equal to CD because this is the midpoint. This is the midpoint of AC, and DM is the common side. And also, just now we have got that this angle is 90. Then, according to linear pair, means then this angle is also 90. Yes or no? That means angle ADM is equal to angle CDM. It's 90 degree. So using SAS, triangle ADM is congruent triangle CDM. If they are congruent, then you can say that AM is equal to CM because these are the corresponding sides. So AM is equal to CM, CPCT. Okay. Now already we have M is the midpoint of AB. If M is the midpoint, then AM or BM both are half of AB. So here we need AM. So this I have written AM. We have AM is equal to half of AB. Since AM is equal to CM, so I have written CM is in the place of AM. CM is equal to half of AB. That means AM and CM both are equal to half of AB. It is I have written CM or MA is equal to half of AB. Clear? So I hope all of you understood these terms. In case any confusion, please ask me. Okay, so for your positive confidence, please do this homework. Question number 6. Question number 6 is your homework. Okay, so if you understood this chapter, the concept of this chapter, then you can solve questions related to this chapter. Some extra sums also you can solve easily. Already I told you this chapter is depend on concept. You have to know properties of parallelogram, theorems. Those are given in the textbook. Okay. Now after completing exercise 8.2, today actually I have completed this one. Then you will have next chapter, chapter 9. But according to CVHC guidelines, they have reduced 30% of syllabus, and there they have removed chapter 9. Okay, they have fully removed chapter 9. That is why in the next class I will try to give the concept of chapter 9, just concept. Okay, because this concept will help you to solve sums, or this concept you will need in your higher class. That is why I don't want to skip the concept. So that is why in the next class I will give you the concept of chapter 9, Then after that I will start chapter 10. Okay, thank you.